Alright guys, it's time to talk about Maple Finance or Syrup on the channel for the first time. Now, I think this thing has launched for the first time on May the 6th, and basically it had a trend line going until about the 10th of July. It lost it, and then it tried to get back above it, fell back through, got a rejection on the 14th of July, and now it is fighting with the basically 44-cent mark you can see here if I zoom in, guys. So it has actually this daily resistance it is trying to cross. It got pretty close to this resistance here at 46.7 cents as well. So I would call that a rejection from here. Now, once it clears 46.7 basically, the next bigger resistance is this weekly resistance up here at about 50 cents, guys. Now, 50 cents is kind of a psychological resistance as well, so it's going to be probably a little bit tough to cross that, but you can see there was many rejections along the way. There was also support here as well, but there was a lot of rejections. I think more rejections than support basically when it comes to this 50-cent mark. Now, taking a look at the volume here, guys, you can see that we are right at the point of control. It needs to cross this and get over the hump, guys, because after that it gets a little bit easier to go up. And you do have a little bit of volume here from about, 50 cents up to about 53.5 cents, let's say. But yeah, after it crosses 53.5 cents, the volume significantly drops off here. Now, when it comes to the Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see on the daily time frame, this really just started back on the 25th of May. It's been consistently pretty much the same, width almost. And it's not really pinching here on the daily time frame. Now, on a 4-hour time frame, we can take a look at that. Yeah, it is actually a little bit narrow here. It looks like yesterday and maybe today it did pinch a little bit on the 4-hour time frame. But this is a really low time frame to look at the Bollinger Bands, I think. Now, looking at the RSI and stochastic here, guys, it is actually looking pretty good on a daily time frame. There is nothing really printing higher than this, but the daily time frame is oversold here on the stochastic. RSI is coming up, so not bad there. 4-hour time frame is trying to avoid being overheated here, but the RSI is coming up. So again, it could move up a little bit, and the blue line did cross the red line, unfortunately here. But maybe you get another tick up, but yeah, it could cool off, I think. Now, the 1-hour time frame, it actually looks like the blue line wants to tick back up above this red line, and it's been just kind of fighting it here. So yeah, the stochastic on, the 1-hour time frame probably is okay. I do believe it's going to go up. RSI also is slightly pointed up as well. Now, the 15-minute time frame just came out of the oversold territory, but the RSI is pointed down. So kind of a mixed signal there. Anyways, guys, if we think about this, what do I think? Daily time frame looks excellent, and that's what I'm more concerned with. I'm more concerned with the longer-term time frames. The shorter ones are a little bit less reliable, of course, but may get a little bit of a cool-off here, but I still think this could continue a little bit higher. Let's look at the resistances again. Now, I think what is more likely, if we get through this 46.7 cent mark, probably going to come up to the 50 cent mark and maybe then get a cool off. Now, quickly looking at the MACD, guys, we are only going to look at this on the daily time frame because there is nothing printing on a weekly or monthly time frame because this is so new. But it looks like the blue line is about to start curving up here. We do have light red candles. They are getting smaller, so I do think we're going to print maybe 2, 3, 4 more light red candles before we start getting a green hill here. So momentum looks like it is going to the upside, so that's a good thing, guys. Now, looking at the tokenomics of Maple Finance, guys, it's the number 192 coin, so it's in the top 200. That's not too bad. Up almost 10% today. Only thing I don't really like is it doesn't have a max supply here. Circulating, though, is only about a little bit more than a billion. That's not too bad, guys. As long as they keep it low, I'm okay with that. Now, all-time high for this was 65 cents, and that was about 4 weeks ago. All-time low about 4 months ago. So if you picked it up there, excellent buy probably. And yeah, this is actually on some major exchanges too, guys. You do have Gate, Binance, Coinbase, BitUnix, KuCoin, MEXC, so that is actually, you know, pretty good when it comes to listings. It's about as good as it gets, really. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. I work with 10 exchanges, guys. If you use my links, of course, I do get some commission. It's not that big, though, guys, but it does help keep me motivated, and it does help keep this channel going. Now, we also have Moodix here. You can get a free 7-day trial as well, and you can follow me on X here, guys. Now, jumping over to Bitcoin, guys, I have added a couple more daily lines here, so we do have support basically at 117.310. That's where we found it today. We actually went down almost to 116. We did fall slightly short of hitting that line, so in my opinion, pretty much it's a touch, but yeah, some people would say it doesn't count because it didn't make it there, but guys, it's only like a few bucks really. Now, we are getting rejected at 119.200, and it looks like this is some resistance here. You can see there are a lot of touch points here. So 119.200 we do need to reclaim, and once we get above 120, I do think we're in for a continuation when it comes to Bitcoin. Now, jumping over to Ethereum, guys, we do have a red candle today, but we still have like 7 hours on the day. So let's see if this turns green or not. But one thing I do like, this did retest this 36.46 weekly support, and it actually dipped, you know, about 30 bucks under it. So yeah, we are getting a large bounce here. We didn't really retest the 34.45. I mean, we came very, very close here. Maybe we can call a retest, but this is short, guys. This came down, it touched it, got a bounce. We may get a red candle, but hey, it does need to cool off probably. Now, once we get above the 38.35 mark, we are above this Fibonacci. We only have about 4 weekly resistances here above us, and then, you know, we're back to setting new all-time highs probably. Now, the total market cap, guys, is creeping up very slowly at 3.88 trillion at the moment. Now, without Bitcoin, we are getting a little bit of a red candle, but you can see we did retest this 1.51 trillion, and right now we are hanging on to that. If I zoom in, you'll see that. I know the blue line is a little bit hard to see, but we are kind of bouncing off it right now, so that's a good thing. Now, the futures, guys, you can see that we do have an inverse head and shoulders if I zoom out here. So here's the left shoulder, here's the head, here's the right shoulder. Now, the target is going to bring us up to about $147,000. Now, we are kind of consolidating here right now, but I do expect a surge up. And yeah, the target technically is $147,000. Now, if we take a look at the dominance, we are getting a little bit of a bounce here. Yesterday, we actually found support on the 60.46. Now, you know, we have had many days of downside here. Basically, there's only been one green day since the 5th of July, and that's a long time, guys. That's 17 days, and there's only been one green day. So maybe this does get a little bit of a bounce today. I don't think it's going to last very long. I do think we're going to break through the 60.46% here at some point. Maybe it even consolidates here, but I don't think that's anything really to worry about, guys. Now, something that is good is that the USDT dominance is still coming down. That's actually been 3 days in a row. This is going to be the 4th day if we can keep this red, sitting at 4.17% at the moment. So this really helps us. People are spending their USDT and they're putting it into crypto, guys. Next support is 3.8% for USDT dominance. Now, altcoin season index has cooled a little bit from 61 to 57. Again, not much to worry about. Maybe just something like we saw here where we had a little bounce down from a 39 to a 37, then we shot up. So yeah, don't worry, guys. Now, the liquidation heat map, 538 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So that is a little bit elevated, I would say. Longs are getting wrecked mostly, but you know, it's you got to be careful. I mean, I just don't recommend longing or shorting, especially at this point, guys. Sitting here at all-time highs, so be very careful. You know, it's definitely a risk if you're longing or shorting at this moment. We just don't know where this is going to go, but more than likely, I would say there's probably about a 70 or 80% chance that, you know, Bitcoin and everything else is probably going up for the next several months. Now, the fear and greed is a 72 today, and the next update will be in 7 hours and 15 minutes, but basically we've been between like 71 to 75 for like 10 days here. Now, the Bull market peak indicators, still 0 from 30 have been hit, so it's still 100% hold here, guys. Now, Pi cycle top indicator, in my opinion, is the best indicator. It's not even close to really crossing. Today, in 16 minutes, we do have FOMC member Bowman speaking. So let's see what he says. Fed Chair Powell already spoke. I don't know what he said, though. Not sure it was really of any importance because I didn't really see any action around this time today. But tomorrow is really a dead day. There's nothing going on, so no volatility, I think, coming tomorrow. Now, according to Moodix, guys, today was slightly positive, just really slightly, 0.05 positive. The week, a little bit more positive, of course. Month is still a little bit down, but the year is up, guys. Sentiment is still risk off, but this trend is fading, guys. So we're probably going to see risk on here shortly, which, you know, crypto is considered a risk on asset. Now, if we look at the FedWatch tools, guys, it's 95% chance that we're not getting cut. And Trueflation did go down slightly. It went from 2.05, I believe, last night to 2.02. So yeah, it did come down just slightly here. Now, looking at crypto bubbles, you can see that the day is negative a little bit, just actually went down. It's been kind of fluctuating all day long here on crypto bubbles, from, you know, being a red day to a green day. So let's see how this ends up a little bit later. Now, Maple Finance you can find on Coinando. There's actually 3 deals that are found. You have HTX and Binance. You know, nothing too significant. I don't think you're going to get 100% APY here, unless this is just some deal or something. But anyways, more realistic is probably 5% or 3% here. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, you can like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends, and like I said, check out some of those deals that I have below in the exchanges, guys. Where I have partnerships, and it really helps me out, keeps me motivated. And anyways, guys, I really appreciate all the support. There's more than 1,400 subscribers here now, guys, and I really, really want to thank you guys. So I'll see you guys in the next one.